1. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome back. I know I sound different. It's because I'm on the PlayStation today. This is not Flight Simulator, this is Destiny. Which brings us to the subject of today's video. And today we have a very special guest. If you have been around for a while and have seen some Destiny gameplay, then you will know of a mahogany desk. Mr. TC, say hello.
The Taken King is
Howdy, y'all.
But still his armies rise.
So we're on here today because, well,
even as you
Bungie has announced that July 9th is the last live service update for the Destiny franchise.
The would-be Prince
Still can't
Malak
believe it to this
works
day
to
that
perfect a dark sorcery.
they decided
He
that.
must be
I'm already choking
destroyed.
up because of it. Jesus.
It's very, very tough to think about, you know. Met a bunch of good people on there, met a bunch of crazy people on there. This game right in here is what started it all, Destiny 1.
And our first strike here is the Summoning Pits.
Nope, this is Malak.
Oh no, it's Malak. It's right. I forgot we're doing Malak.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, so we're back on here. I have two, we both have Destiny 2, but the way the recording was going to work, it wasn't going to be the way I hoped it would be, so here we are on Destiny 1. So, unfortunately, this is it, the way it's sounding. One last update, and I don't even think there's going to be a new update for a new game at all.
No, there is no new game. They confirmed it that there's no works of Destiny 3 to be coming, so this is it. The final call, final update.
Yeah, so what does that mean? Well, at least on my end, there will still be content. I do eventually plan on continuing the Destiny 1 storyline. I know that there's a few people that have subscribed because of that. But for all of my flight simmers, don't worry. None of that is changing. There'll be a lot of flight simming. But for my OG subscribers, the original ones that were here for Destiny 1, Destiny 2, we'll be around for the update, the final update. But then after that, I don't think anything else is going to happen. Because there's a lot of mystery around this update. We don't know exactly what the state of the game is going to be when this update drops. And we're already in a low point as it is. The player counts are pretty low. Content isn't really, you know, the best, to say the least. And
Given that we've barely been, 6 months into a whole DLC with barely any sort of updates at all, other than the occasional TWID or TWAB as it used to be called. Yeah, it was very tough for everybody because, to be fairly honest, it's kind of hard to follow a game when the devs and community managers don't really communicate at all.
no, not one bit. I figured the final shape was going to be it.
I thought so too, to be fairly honest.
And it would have been the game would have been in a fantastic state. Final shape was amazing. The way that everything kind of melded together. It was supposed to be the conclusion.
Yeah. One last hoorah with the episodes and stuff afterwards. Technically, after you defeated Tony So in Heresy, I'm not going to spoil because I'm sure not a whole lot of people knew about what was at the end there. That should have been it. You know? Just kind of defeated the Witness and yeah,
that would have been it. And then, obviously, there would be some small updates that would keep the game somewhat relevant, but it seems like after some time, the CEO changes, and just the way workflow was not only inside the studio, but also just player fatigue. You know, everyone's got bored of doing the same 3 things over and over again. Just solo ops, pinnacle ops, and then occasional crucible.
Yeah, the Portal was a very controversial thing to be putting into that game because the directory was really nice. It was cool. It was unique. But once the Portal took over, it just took the life out of the game.
I wouldn't really say it took the life out of the game. It just added extra steps for no reason.
At least I feel like it did. I don't know. Destiny would have been fine without it, to be fairly honest, but it's also just as nice too to have. Like, you can do like all the custom little debuffs and all that.
Yeah, but they could have made that without using the Portal. They could have done that with just your standard directory.
Exactly.
Great power.
Oh, this guy already moved forward.
I was
Okay.
wondering why we were here.
A shot instead.
But yeah, it's crazy to think. So, for those who are kind of wondering, like, what is the history with this game for not only me but him as well? I was a day one player. I started back when the launch it was on PS3, mind you. Back in the launch of this game on a different account. I played it until Taken King. Took a very small break. I was still playing even through some of the issues that the first game had, where it had a little bit of a content drought. But I ended up restarting again on the account that I'm currently playing on, so that's just like I actually went and like looked at statistics and see, oh yeah, wait a minute, hey, this guy didn't start playing until Taken King era. Well, that's because that's what this account is when this account started. But ever since day one, it's been, you're here at launch, we play the game, we've logged thousands and thousands of hours on not only this one, but the second one as well.
Yeah.
Seen all of the ups and downs of the game, and now we're here getting ready for, I guess you would say, the end. Now I want to keep puffing some copium and say, oh yeah, it's going to be left in a good state to maybe where players can keep returning, but I'm not too sure on.
I'm not keeping my hopes up because with current day Bungie as it is right now, they've made a lot of bad decisions that left the game in a worse state than what it would have been as it was. Because it's definitely not perfect at all. And it could have been improved that they made the right steps, but with how leadership was, it was sinking faster than they could actually do anything with. Especially with a certain something we will not name in this, as that is a very hot topic as well, and probably a lot of the reason why Destiny got the axe.
I wouldn't really say he was that was part of the problem. It wasn't the entire problem. It was part of the problem. It's accumulated for a very, very long time. You look back at some of the things that have been said about the game. Some of the things you'll see on Twitter and Reddit. There was a lot of content cut that devs made, and money was the thing.
It was. I mean, Lightfall, it completely became a totally different DLC from what it originally was. And now it's, and then all the content that should have been in Lightfall ended up becoming Final Shape instead. In a sense. That's what I've heard in some news article somewhere. I don't remember where it was. Because it vanished after I went to go back and save it.
Yep. And that puts a huge strain on not only the players but the developers as well. I feel bad for a lot of the developers that did work on this game. This was their pride and joy.
Yeah. 12 years this game has been around, and it's just gonna end like that, you know? And who knows what's gonna happen with all the devs that are there already.
Yep. It's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But
Yeah.
like I said, we'll be around for the June 9th playlist update. We'll see just kind of what kind of state the game is in. Hopefully it's in a good state, like I said, to bring people back. Obviously, there's going to be a huge player resurgence for those who did take a long break from the game. We will see
Stopped
some...
at Final Shape and came back for this stuff.
Yeah.
I was supposed to stop at Final Shape as well, but then I kind of came back with Edge of Fate, Seal of Renegades and stuff.
And Edge of Fate was one of the ones I didn't play because I didn't like the way the game was. I didn't like the way the game was going.
I didn't like how they portrayed it to begin with because it just didn't feel right.
Yeah. Like I said, if they left it at Final Shape, we probably would have been in a better position, ever so slightly. But there was a lot of things that could have been done differently. Unfortunately, Bungie did get torched with losing the Red War campaign and basically all of that stuff and that whole debacle over there.
Yeah, that was the big one there.
Exactly. But let's see, what would I like to see from this final update? Well, I want to, obviously, Crucible is in a questionable state. I played a lot of it way back when it was a little bit more enjoyable. Hopefully some of the things they're doing is going to finally make things a little bit better.
Yeah, because Crucible's been in a really horrible state for the past couple of years now.
Yeah, and it's quite unfortunate because I do enjoy the PvP in this game. It's just a lot of things are just not right. Guns being tuned way off, and the whole bee's knees. In a perfect world, we would see the return of everything. We would see the return of the year one stuff. But unfortunately, we aren't going to get that.
Because supposedly they lost it all after they vaulted it. I forgot the pop lines. Oh well.
This is our charge, Guardian.
I would like to see that. This Pantheon 2.0 seems promising. I'm looking forward to giving that a try. And seeing just kind of what becomes of it. The Pantheon seems pretty interesting. The new aspects for all three characters look pretty interesting as well. So there will be a little bit of fresh content, but I am worried that it's going to become very irrelevant and stale very quickly.
And that's why we should try and, enjoy it to our best ability while we still can.
We still have this one. We still have Destiny 1, and the thing that makes Destiny 1 have a little bit more replay value is, since this is LiveCom, I will actually show you what makes Destiny 1 a little bit more replayable, and the replay value of the franchise is story missions. While each campaign has its own certain story missions, you can go back through and you can replay pretty much all of them. The only mission you cannot play, from what I've seen, is the very first mission that you awaken. Restoration is the first replayable, and that's like the second mission in the storyline for Destiny 1. And then you move on from there. That's what brings the replay value back to Destiny 1 in itself. Destiny 2, unfortunately, we do not have that. Simply because of the fact that everything that you want to do, so whether it be you want to level up or you want to farm certain guns, you're stuck to a specific activity. Which, it's kind of the same in this one. Like, if you want the Grasp of Malak, you are kind of stuck doing strikes, but at least there is multiple strikes that you can get it from. You know, certain guns in Destiny 2, you're going to be stuck doing the same activity over and over and over again. It gets repetitive and it gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
It's nice to go around and you have all of these activities that you could do. You could just, go and patrol and, have a little fun there. Or you can go to whichever strike you want to do. And pretty much all of these have their own... They have two versions. So there's variety.
Yep.
And on top of that, all your raids, you have your normal, you have your hard mode raids with reprised armor. You have the Challenge of the Elders and the normal Prison of Elders. There's a lot of content that can be replayed over and over again to fill that itch of the looter-shooter feeling. There's not very many games that'll be able to, and I don't think ever will, be able to get close to replicating what Destiny has to offer.
And the funny thing is, too, Borderlands was here before all that, and they're the ones who were the pioneers of looter shooters to begin with. So, had Borderlands ever become a thing, Destiny probably would never became a thing either.
Yes,
so I guess we kind of...
It's a possibility. But this game was in development a very long time.
Yeah.
At least the first one.
The first one, well, yeah, but it also was like, it didn't know what it wanted to be at first for a while, too. That's why it was in such a development hell for so long. And now, it's, finally came out September, 14th? It's September 14th. Oh, check real quick. I know it's...
Back in 2014. 12 years. 12 years of gameplay, different atmospheres, different moods and variety, different iterations.
That's not right. Oh, this is the collection. That's why. It views this game as Destiny the Collection.
Yes, because that was the most recent version.
Because I remember it was September 2014, but I think it was like either the 14th or the 7th. Because, the whole Bungie 777 and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, what does this mean? What does this mean for the content creators? What are they gonna do? There will be some that'll still stick around, and they'll probably continue to make some content off of what's left of the game. But I feel bad for the content creators that made their living doing exclusively this game. I'm looking at Datto, I'm looking at Glad's been variety now. Frost is starting to go variety. Asdacross, Cammy, like all of these big time content creators that have made their living off of this game right here. I feel bad for them because then it's like, now what? What are they going to do once the content pool dries up after June 9th? Because you're going to be stuck in a cycle.
Yep.
It's going to be Pantheon, Crucible, Trials, Iron Banner.
And I guess Gambit Ops, because apparently they're bringing back Gambit Ops. But who even plays Gambit?
Small handful of people. But regardless, you gotta cater to all of your player base, not just one or the other. You gotta cater to all of them.
Even the small amount that played
The Hive are
Gambit.
still holding ground in the refinery, but I'm also tracking multiple SIVA energy signatures.
So I'm not entirely sure for them, but for me specifically,
That's new.
it's gonna suck.
It's basically like trying to pull a band-aid off at this point.
Yeah, well, yes, my content is moving from Destiny and Call of Duty and like your first-person shooters over to Flight Simulator, just because I've been enjoying that game a lot.
Did I just realize?
This
I never realized we went into this area before. We usually go through that other area.
yeah, it's random chance.
Yeah, this is my first time going through here.
But either way, like I said, I will be making content with the final content update for Destiny 2. There will be some throwbacks here and there, back here to Destiny 1 to kind of reminisce of what's come and what's going. Man, a lot of great people on this game. A lot of the people I play with nowadays, looking at Mr. TC over here, he was one of the day ones.
The OGs.
He was one of the day ones, and now going on 12 years,
The
damn
splicers
near.
have a laser grid blocking the way. I should be able to.
He's still playing the game.
In the meantime, do not
Hard to
touch the
believe
lasers.
that I was in
And watch my
high school 2 years from graduation when this game came out. And it's been in my life ever since.
Yeah, crazy to think.
And it's now coming to a close. 12 years later.
Very unfortunate, though, but gotta stay somewhat optimistic. I really hope that the new content is going to keep everyone around. I hope there's going to be some better replay value for Destiny 2 in the future. I don't really want to get rid of the game because of just the core and of the game being what it is. It's hard to put into words because it's like this game has done a lot for a lot of people. Like I see people saying like, "Oh yeah, this game made them."
Yeah.
It is like you put 12 years into a game like this.
It's hard to put it down, because
Yep.
you've known this game all your life, essentially, or half of your life, really. So, to put something like that down, even if it is gone into a really bad state, it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want this game to be better, but deep down you know that it's not going to happen because of poor decision making. And there's only so much you could do as a player or content creator.
Yeah, you can make tons of videos regarding it, but it's just all comes down to developmental power and money.
And higher ups.
Well, when your higher ups take all your money away,
Yep.
then it becomes a huge stress load. Then you get content droughts, small, minimal communication about the state of the game. It's unfortunate what it's going to be, but we'll endure through it for the time that it is, and it's going to become a thing of the past. Just sucks to say.
All things come to an end eventually. We just all thought it was going to be way later on when the game's no longer relevant and people have found newer stuff that's scratched that itch.
Yep. Which I don't think anything will. There's games that'll fill parts of it. Looking at you, First Descendant. Of being able to build a character up and having crazy weapons and crazy abilities, but it's not Destiny. Can't go around and huck Nova bombs at at Dregs for fun. So, well, I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the ranting and the sombering and carrying on about this game. Like I said, there will be a little bit more to come with this game. You'll see a few more pieces of content, but for my Destiny people, I appreciate every single one of you for sticking around, and for those who might even be interested in the Flight Simulator stuff, you know, appreciate you all sticking around for that. And for my Flight Simmers, do not worry, that content is not drying up anytime soon. There are newer aircraft coming out by the day. I'm excited to share more content with that game. I'm also excited to share the last bit of content for this one. So make sure you leave a like, comment on this video. You know, what do you think about the ending of the Destiny franchise as we know it? I'm sure a lot of people are very upset. And also, while you're over there commenting, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell for when the next video does go live. Whether it be for Destiny, Call of Duty, Marvel Rivals, or the next Flight Sim video. And also, while you're at it, make sure you go and take a peek over at Mr. TC at Mahogany Desk. He also does have a YouTube channel. He doesn't post as often as I do, but he still posts regardless, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description box below.
Mostly because I either have too much on my plate at the moment with work and stuff, or because I just don't have a particular game to really get into at the moment, which it might be changing here soon, because I have been playing the Warhammer Trial, but that game has been out for some time, so I may be late to the party, but I may make some content out of that. I might not. It all depends.
Yeah, I will make sure to put the link in the description box below for him. Make sure you go pay him a visit, shoot him a subscribe, and leave some likes on his video. Check out some of that content that he's got, because these last few Destiny videos, it's probably going to be me, him, and then we'll have one more person. So that'll do it. I appreciate every single one of you, all the people who are subscribed and who aren't subscribed. Appreciate every single one of you for tuning into these videos, whether it be for Destiny or whatever I am uploading at the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.